Well, as you can see right next to me, Max wanted to join in because we are now talking to one of the esteemed and the high-profile coaches. And to your left, right there, or to our left, if you will, Terri Wade of the Woodlands High School. Coach, it's always great to visit with you. You know, we should be in, I think this is what, week 2? No, actually we'd be starting.
Tryouts.
Yeah, we'd be doing tryouts and stuff, but it kills me to know that the next 3 weekends are not the tournament stuff. You know, but it's great to get a chance to visit with coaches. Talk about how obviously the COVID has affected everybody. How has the COVID pandemic affected you, your family, first of all, and then the Woodlands program?
Well, I hate to complain, you know, but my family has been very blessed, and I haven't had anyone that has fallen ill or got the virus or anything. So that's what I mean. I hate to complain about, you know, that my normal everyday life is interrupted. Work is interrupted. We're just in a constant state of, I don't know what's going on.
Right.
And so, I mean, that part's terrible, but again, you just try to reflect and be blessed that you're healthy. So that's keeping me focused there.
Right. And, you know, we talked the other day about how this pandemic affects coaches, their preparation, getting ready for a season that may be interrupted, may be changed, may be revised at any moment. How are coaches dealing with that?
Well, I've had so much collaboration with coaches over this past few weeks, and I love it because we usually don't get to talk so much, you know. We're busy preparing, but now we're doing so much just collaboration. What are y'all doing there? What are we doing here? And so it's been awesome. It's kind of brought us together more, you know, as coaches. But besides that, I really just don't know what's going on because I've played like 3 times and it keeps getting changed, and we have to all expect that, you know. But as teachers, you know, we're taught that it's ingrained in us that you have to be able to prepare and you have to be able to make changes immediately and just go with the flow.
Right. What's it been like trying to get matches scheduled?
Well, it's been tough for us because we seem to be in the smallest district every year. You know, if we have 7
the toughest district, one of the toughest in the state, by the way.
We're still getting good matches in within district for sure. But, you know, we'll have 7 in the district. Everybody around us has 10. You know, and this year we have 6 in our district surrounded by schools with 10. So they are in district play, and it's hard to get matches in that way. But I think with UIL allowing us to play more games through the week, that might be how I get games in, having to play on Saturdays or some dual matches if anyone's willing.
She is Terri Wade, head coach of the Woodlands Volleyball program, which, of course, you know, you've seen a lot on VYPE. You've seen a lot state coverage about this program. Talk about your time. I mean, this pandemic has given us, like you said, a lot more time to communicate and stuff. Have you had a chance to kind of think about your career, especially at the Woodlands? I mean, you know, we're about to go over some numbers which are pretty incredible. Have you had a chance to kind of reflect back on what you've done so far?
I really don't do that often. I often don't even know, you know, wins and records unless somebody asks. And then every time I have to go back and research and look it up. And I'm like, they could have just done this.
Yeah, right.
Just kidding. Yeah, I know I've had a very successful time at the Woodlands, and it definitely is a lot of fun. You know, we talk about this season and how it's going to be different, and some of the fun stuff is going to be taken away because we don't get to come together and, you know, just interact with each other the way we normally would to build relationships and stuff. But, you know, on the other side, I've got some competitive kids and they love to win, and that's what fires us. And we have fun just winning. So we're going to focus on that fun.
You know, Butch Hart and I love to say there are teams, and Woodlands is included in it. And I've said it, and you probably like rolled your eyes a few times. But, you know, it seems like the Woodlands, you don't rebuild, you just reload season after season. True or
Sometimes it
false?
feels it feels that way. I'm lucky to get really talented freshmen that step in and give right away. You know, they step on the court as freshmen. And so you definitely don't feel like you're rebuilding when you have young athletes that contribute right away and then they keep building and getting better through their 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I have a lot of returning players this year that got court time, and just being able to see them a little bit over the summer, they work so hard, whether it's on their own
Mm-hmm.
or in a group. They just work so hard, and I've already noticed improvements in players and that, you know, may not have been big contributors last year, but I know they will be this year already.
Well, since you went that route, let's go that route. Um, Clara Bauer, one of the most talented setters in the state, period. Just,
Yeah.
don't even argue that point, okay? That's how it's going to be. Natalie
No.
Zorbus is back. Claire Aaron, is that right? Claire Aaron?
Aaron.
Okay. Jacqueline Lee, I remember her name a few times. Caroline Ristroff, which I always had to make sure I got the extra R in there, Finally, among the returners, yeah, again, just that list right there. And oh, by the way, Julieta Valdez, who we're praying gets to come back for some of the high school season this year. You're loaded. I'm sorry, that's just all there is to it. You're loaded.
Yeah, we have really experienced players, and I think it's going to be a group of upperclassmen, you know, and if Julieta gets back in, she will just be that much more strength to the team. And even if she's not at her 100%, or, you know, she can only give a little, she still has a lot to give, even on her worst day.
Well, it's funny because when I did an interview with her on my show during this pandemic, during the spring, she said, "Hey, you know what? If I have to be a 6-foot libero, I'll be a 6-foot libero. That'd be fine with me."
Oh, nah, I don't think we'll need her there, but if she
Oh,
wants to work on that 6 rotation plan.
yeah, right. Some of the players you were nice enough to list: Marjorie Johnson, Cassidy McLean, Lily McWhorter, and Natalie Kimball as some of the up and coming players. Talk about that group real quick.
Well, first of all, Lily and Marjorie are both middles, and they've had a lot of practice with my varsity team, even though they weren't on the varsity roster last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be, you know, starting, just coming into season with more experience than most younger middles would have. I think that they're going to do a lot for us. I feel pretty blessed there that a lot of teams that I see that we're competing against do not have they just don't have much going on in the middle. But I feel like we always have a little more experience and can add that to the front row. And so they're two really good middles coming in. And then Cassidy is a defensive player that has been with the program, and just watching her, seeing her grow over the summer, you know, she's a beast behind the line serving, and that's something I take a lot of pride in, that our team is really aggressive serving. So she's really following along with, you know, what's going on in the program. And Natalie is just a really talented setter. She's another setter to add to the roster, and she's competitive, and, you know, she has amazing hands. So no doubt that she'll also be a college player. And it's hard seeing such talented setters. And I have Clara.
Oh yeah,
like
by the way, that
the top of the state, you know. I always hate that I have so much depth and it's hard to use it all, because you're playing with the top of the state here, and then you're playing with an amazingly talented player on your bench or playing out of position.
Right. Well, yeah. Again, we talk about the Woodlands. Now, part of that's what has led to the high expectations of the Woodlands. I mean, 2012 regional semifinals, 2013-14 state champion, 15 and 16 he made it to the regional finals, lost out to Oak Ridge. We won't say that too loud. 17 State semifinals, you lost out to eventual state champion Hebron. And then 18-19, back to the regional tournament. And I'll tell you, we were on assignment. Butch and I were on assignment for those regional tournaments. But, oh, my God. I mean, teams like Prosper, Plano West, it's a buzzsaw in your regional tournaments the past 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, regional is tough. I'm kind of excited to get away from those teams in the region.
You're not going to miss them?
Not missing them. I'll go watch them play, maybe scout for a state tournament.
Right.
in hopes. But, yeah, I had quite the relief to see that we got realigned there in the region too. We won't have to face them. So, but not to say we don't already have enough competition here, Klein right around the corner from us. So there's plenty to compete with in our area.
Praying that we get the full UIL schedule in. Do you like the fact that 5A, 6A is going to have its own state tournament per se? 1A, 4A play the weekend before 5A, 6A. Does the split mean anything to y'all at all, or are we just kind of focusing on let's hope we get there?
Yeah. Well, you're right. I just want to get there, but I prefer it all together though.
Do you?
This isn't something that I'd want to continue doing. Of course, again, if I made it to state, I'm not going to complain anyway. But I like seeing all levels of play, and it just makes the atmosphere even bigger. More people to watch, which I realize that's what we're trying to get away from, the crowd and the people. But it's still just amazing to bring all the teams together and get to see the top of the state at every division.
Right. Well, I've teased you, 3 years now, 4 years, about the hat.
Yeah.
You haven't worn a hat. What was it, the Rouse Volleypalooza when you lost and just you refused to wear the hat after that?
I think I was just looking for a new hat, a lucky hat.
Oh, okay. And I'm wearing it because, I'm a big hockey fan, Pittsburgh Penguins, 5-time Stanley Cup champ. They're playing tonight in Montreal. We're recording this Monday night. And they're down 1-0, so they better, wake up and take stuff seriously. But it's fun to talk, especially at state, when all 6 classifications are there, see the coaches, talk to them about superstitions. You are one of the most superstitious people I know, especially with the hat.
Well, I just really enjoy wearing the hat whenever we're in tournaments because it's just more relaxed and we can be comfortable and I don't have to fix my hair every day. So it's like, let's go with a hat. My staff and I, we all talk about what hat we're going to wear, or are you bringing a hat? I'm bringing a hat too.
There we go. Okay.
We're just bringing some joy of the hats in the indoors. It's all the outdoor sports get to have them. And then, we're going to have our lucky hat too.
Right. But of course, no hats once we get to the regular season or to district and then the playoffs and hopefully on.
Yeah. We do have a big tradition in playoffs though, that we all wear plaid. Every single playoff game, we're all wearing plaid.
About that. Okay, that makes sense now. Yeah. When did that start, or why did that start?
As soon as I got to the Woodlands, I started wearing plaid. It's just, we've embraced the whole Christmas vibe, the red and green, and then our Highlander mascot wears the plaid kilt. So that's where the plaid came from. It's like another school color. So.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we just add in a little plaid just for our school spirit.
She's Terri Wade, and honest to God, every time I talk to her, I learn something new. Now we know about the plaid. We know the plaid. And just so you know, the second of my 3 dogs has decided to come over. This is Pepper. And he's like, oh, my God, I got to listen into the interview. So
Pepper's ready for volleyball, too.
Yeah, he's ready for volleyball, too. Hey, Coach, give me a chance to kind of give a last thought, a final thought as we get into, what we hope will be a really good 2020 season.
Yeah, I know we're planning, we're preparing for whatever may happen. We've made backup plan to backup plan. Mostly, I just want for these kids, for them to get to play. I don't need this year on my record or anything. I'm not it's not about me, it's about them. Because the way I see it, I have more years of high school volleyball, and it'll be the last for some of them. And I just want those special players to, leave their mark, keep their
Right.
tradition and the legacy going in the program.
Right. Well, Coach, always great to visit with you. Always learn something, like I said. So good luck getting practice going, and we will certainly see you very soon.
All right. Thanks, Chuck. Good to talk to you.
All right, there you go. Coach Terri Wade of the Woodlands, as we conclude another great coach interview here, high school volleyball on VYPE.